On October 1, 1949, Mao Zedong stood atop the gate of heavenly peace and declared the birth of the People's Republic of China. Fast forward to 2024, China will celebrate its 75th National Day, marking a historic rise from a war-torn nation to a global superpower. But as fireworks light up the skies over Beijing, Hong Kong, and Macau, a question lingers. What's the real price behind China's success? There's no denying that the Chinese Communist Party has transformed China into an economic giant. From vast high-speed rail networks to towering skyscrapers, China's infrastructure is a symbol of modern success. The country boasts the second-largest economy, cutting-edge technology, and the largest standing military in the world. It's a force to be reckoned with, but this rapid growth has come at a cost that often remains hidden beneath China's polished global image. Behind China's economic miracle lies a dark history. The Great Leap Forward, 1958 to 1962, an ambitious industrialization plan under Mao's rule, ended in catastrophe. It led to one of the deadliest famines in human history, with tens of millions of Chinese citizens dying from starvation. Entire villages were wiped out. The CCP rarely acknowledges this dark chapter. Instead, it focuses on its achievements, downplaying the immense human cost of its early policies. How does a nation that caused such devastation become one of the most powerful countries in the world? Today, China is not just known for its towering skyscrapers or booming economy, but also for its iron-fisted control over its people. The CCP has built a surveillance state that monitors every citizen's move. Cameras with facial recognition technology track daily activities, social media is heavily censored, and dissent is swiftly silenced. The Great Firewall blocks citizens from accessing global platforms like Google, Twitter, and Facebook. What's left is a carefully curated narrative designed to protect the party's image. Activists, journalists, and critics who dare to challenge the government face imprisonment or worse. In a country so tightly controlled, is freedom of speech even possible? Beyond surveillance, China's human rights record is alarming. From the Uyghur Muslim camps in Xinjiang to the crackdown on pro-democracy protesters in Hong Kong, the CCP has shown a ruthless approach to dissent. The world watched as Hong Kong's freedoms were crushed under the national security law, and the ongoing repression of Tibet and its culture continues to raise international outrage. Despite global condemnation, China's economic clout often keeps other nations from taking strong action. But as China grows more powerful, will the world continue to turn a blind eye to its abuses? As China celebrates its 75th National Day, the CCP will highlight its achievements: poverty eradication, industrialization, and its rise as a global power. National pride runs deep, and the party has been masterful at positioning itself as the savior of China, especially after a century of foreign invasions and internal strife. But underneath this carefully constructed image, there's a silent question. What about those who've paid the price for China's success? The farmers who died during the Great Leap Forward, the Uyghurs detained in camps, the Hong Kong protesters jailed for speaking out. Will their stories ever be told? China's rise isn't just an internal story. It's reshaped the global landscape. Countries around the world rely on China for trade and technology, often at the expense of holding the CCP accountable for its human rights violations. The question is, will the world continue to prioritize economic ties over moral responsibility? For many, it's a difficult balancing act. Countries need China, but they also face pressure from human rights organizations and their own citizens to stand up to the CCP's authoritarian policies. Can the world afford to challenge China, or is it already too late? While the CCP boasts of China's achievements, the truth is that many Chinese citizens live under heavy censorship and government surveillance. Freedom of speech, independent journalism, and political protests are either tightly controlled or outright banned. But beneath this surface, there's growing discontent. As younger generations become more connected to the world through technology, the desire for freedom and accountability could eventually rise. The real question is, will the Chinese people one day demand accountability from their rulers, or will the CCP's control remain unshakable? As China celebrates its 75th anniversary with grand parades and official speeches, the world watches in awe of its rise. But behind the scenes, the true story is one of authoritarian control, human rights violations, and a population kept in the dark. Will the next 75 years see the CCP's grip tighten, or will the people of China and the world demand a change? As China marches forward, the stakes have never been higher. The future of this superpower and its people hangs in the balance. So, as China celebrates, we must ask, is this success worth the cost? This 75th National Day is not just a celebration of China's rise, but a moment to reflect on its past and the price paid for its future.